Well, I would just like to say, as a farmer from Missouri, that this has, a lot of stuff to do with me. We have a lot of automaker plants, specifically Ford, but again, they're really not paying attention to some of the alternative fuel methods that could really help us out in regards to these ideas. Specifically, ethanol, which is made out of corn, which I grow, if it was subsidized by the government, could definitely help us reach stricter emission standards and address some of those health concerns and other problems that cafe has underlying.
Okay, I definitely think alternative fuels and ethanol is an appropriate issue to keep in mind whenever we discuss the CAFE standards. I mean, this is obviously directed originally towards mostly gasoline consumption for passenger cars, but I do think alternative fuels are a relevant issue. So you'd like me to represent that alternative fuels should be factored into the discussions when we take this draft to Congress?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I appreciate that. Is there any other issues? Yes, or you?
Yeah, I realize these standards or whatever you're talking about are an important issue, but aren't there more pressing issues at the moment, like the war in Iraq?
Well, this topic was directed for this town hall meeting mostly to be discussing the CAFE standards. I mean, there certainly are additional issues with the war in Iraq and other additionally other domestic issues, but I was hoping that I could answer people's questions today and get a feel for the issues that you'd like me to take back to this draft legislation. So, did you have a specific question about CAFE?
No, it wasn't brought to my attention that that's what this was about, so I have no question.
Okay, but we appreciate you being here and participating today. Um, are there any other issues that people would like to address? Yes, are you?
Yes, it should be noted that when Congress first required the Department of Transportation to set fuel economy standards, the science of global warming was in its infancy. We now know that greenhouse gas emissions are warming the Earth with potentially significant consequences for the environment. As motor vehicle use increases around the world, so does the need to address corresponding increase in greenhouse gas emissions. My question is this: faced with the conclusive evidence that the globe is warming, is CAFE the best way to constrain greenhouse gas emissions from trucks and cars?
I think this is the best way that we can work with the nation's automakers and any other imported automakers to ensure that all the vehicles that are sold in this market are hitting the average fuel economy targets. I think this is the best way that we can work with the automakers and set standards that they have to abide by. Otherwise, our concern is that this is only going to be a profit motive issue for them, and they're going to be working just on the market itself. Do you feel there are other issues besides the CAFE standards as we presented them, or other market issues that you think may be more appropriate?
With the technologies that are currently being developed, I believe that a tax credit or tax incentive or some kind of research and development money into something like, say, hydrogen-powered or gasoline electric hybrids would potentially be more beneficial than simply limiting the amount of emissions.
Well, I'll definitely take that back to the discussions, and we certainly appreciate your input. I think that's a great amount of detail provided to the discussion today.
Thank you.